What's up guys, I welcome you to my channel. My name is Piyush Chauhan. I'm a life skills coach, and the first life skills which I worked on in my life is communication skills, and my English speaking skills helped me get better at my communication skills. This is why I'm shooting my first video on how to master this language called English. So let's get started. Guys, before I start with what I've got for you, I have a very simple question to ask. This question is, why English is a requirement? Why we treat this language as a need? Why can we not fall in love with this language and can be so passionate about it? Love always shortens the distance. And if you're passionate about something, guys, believe me, your bond is going to be very stronger with what you're passionate about. This is why I'm just appealing before I get started with what I've got, that guys, please have the passion, please have the love, please have the respect, and please be responsible towards this language, right? You have to speak wonderful English, and that is possible when you are passionate and you have love for this language. And with that, you just require 6 steps. Yes, you heard me right. You're just 6 steps away from being an amazing speaker. Let's get started with the first step, which is sentence construction, your grammar, your fundamentals, your basics. You can't skip this. It's very simple. Sentence construction or grammar sounds quite heavy to many people. It sounds quite boring as well for many candidates. But yes guys, it is the fact, it is the truth that you can't skip this step if you want to master the language, if you want. Your fluency matters, I understand, but your accuracy matters too. And to become a leader, to become a speaker, and if you want your communication skills should be wow, you have to understand that accuracy does play a role. The meaning of the sentence will change completely if you are using the grammar in an incorrect way. Yes, you may become so fluent, but only when you get that environment where English is spoken very much. But if your surroundings are like where you don't get much opportunity to speak English, again, grammar is going to be your key, because with fluency, accuracy matters. So grammar is that key which will help you become more accurate while speaking. Talk about the second point. I get so excited because here I get to watch English cartoons, English series or programs like Friends, 2.5 Men, which are very hilarious or funny programs. I also like to read short stories even till now. And if you have this approach, I promise you, you are going to gradually improve, and that improvement will be remarkable. Seriously. You are going to learn words or phrases related to parties, or when you visit a new place, you travel, when you go to office, you meet friends. So watching content which is easy to understand, okay, or the words which are used in day-to-day conversations. This is why I'm suggesting you to watch easy content, listen to easy content, and read easy content. It will help you so much. Let's get started with the third step, which says, face your fear and embrace your mistakes. All the battles in the world are won by facing the fear. They're won when you deal with them. When you do not give up, you have to look into the eyes of the fear and say, see, I'm here to face you. For example, when your trainer asks you to go to the stage, you go. You face the audience. You talk about yourself. You talk about the topic which has been given to you. But guys, you don't come empty-handed when you come back to home. You just don't come back to home by saying to your instructor, sir or ma'am, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll give my presentation tomorrow. I'll definitely come onto the stage tomorrow. I'll prepare myself. There is no tomorrow for those people who quit. Once you are out of this zone of fear, you are going to commit less errors. You will not be goofing up many times, believe me. But if you have this thing in your mind, what if I goof up, what if I make mistakes, people will look at me and they will laugh at me, how I will face them, I'll feel embarrassed. Guys, you can think this too, right? And you can think this way as well. They're going to smile at me, they're going to laugh at me, they're going to make me feel bad, they want to embarrass me. That's okay, I'm prepared for this. Once you have overcome your fear, right, the percentage of committing errors, the percentage of making mistakes will go down automatically, because you will be more focused towards your presentation, you will be more focused towards your delivery part, and you would not be thinking in your mind that what if my presentation goes wrong. Coming to the fourth step makes me so nostalgic because I start remembering the time when I would go to places like India Gate, Rajiv Chowk, Qutub Minar, and I would try to find foreigners, to speak to them, to know their culture, to know what they think about my country. So guys, the fourth step says that you have to go out and have to find foreigners, the people who come from different parts of the world to India. They stay here, they fall in love with our culture. I have suggested many of my students many times to go out and meet these people personally. It will first help you gain more confidence, and it will also help you to learn the art of understanding people, observing people, and how to deal with them. Right? It helps you understand the human being better. And I know it will demand a lot of efforts from you because when you would first approach them, you may get feelings like, what if they say no to you? What if I fumble in front of them? What if I just go blank? What question I will ask? So you have to prepare your mind. Here I would like to add one more point with this method, that you can become their friend. You can make them your friend. You can exchange your email IDs, your Facebook IDs, and maybe in the future, if you come up with a new idea, you can share with them, come together and can make something big, or you make something big, you just share it to the people. And guys, who knows that through social media your work is appreciated everywhere in the world. So please do take the benefit of this method. Go out and change yourself. This will help enhance your personality, your body language, your way of thinking will be completely changed, guys. So do it. So here the tricky part comes when I talk about the fifth step, because this says make English your thinking language. And so far you have been thinking or working in your native or primary language. For example, like for me it's Hindi, and for many of you it could be French, German, Chinese, Japanese, Marathi, Sanskrit. You have to shift your thought process, which currently works in Hindi language, to English language. And for that you need to go out. You are always surrounded by people. Either you go to office, you go to college, you go to school, you go to market, you go to parties, right? You will find people around yourself and you will see them doing silly activities, unique activities, different things are done by different people. You see them doing those things and you start thinking in your mind, how I can speak that in English. If I am given an opportunity to describe this scene, or maybe that scene is so funny that you want to tell this to people, but the audience is just able to understand that in English. So you have to push yourself, push your mind, your brain, and have to get to a point where you are trying to speak that particular situation, or you're trying to explain that particular situation in English. When you do that, initially you may face a lot of trouble. You may not find all the right words for every situation, but gradually you will be able to form. You will be learning new words. So that will be a part of your observation, and this activity will also help you become a better observer. Come to the last step, which says that you got to have clarity of thoughts. So you may have great knowledge, you may be very technically sound, right, and you are good with confidence and you know about your content, but your thoughts are not organized. You have not been able to plan your speech, your presentation, and you in fact not mentally prepared. Your thoughts are absolutely not clear. You have a lot of turbulence in your mind. Guys, believe me, your speech or presentation may do good to a certain level, but you will not be an influential speaker. See what happens when you start meditating. You are able to present yourself better because your state of mind is absolutely in your control. You're a better presenter, you're a better anchor, you're a better speaker, you're a better thinker. You're a person who is able to bring change spontaneously. So even if you get trapped in some situations, you will be able to come out because you have so many good thoughts, clear thoughts, and you will be able to handle things in a better way. Well guys, if you really believe that I've talked about the real challenges with this solution, so please subscribe, like and share my video, and do not forget to hit the bell button, because if in the future I post a new video, you will get the notification for the same. And for now, thank you so much for listening to me. Bye bye.